Holes in well casings, leaking pumps, plants growing out of the clarifier. These are just a few of the findings detailed in this federal inspection report for Riviera Beach's public drinking water system. EPA agents inspected in October 2023, about 4 months after tests revealed E. coli in one of the city's wells, and 3 months before city leaders told the public about it in January.
How sure are you that the water that came out the treatment plant for those 2 days when all of this was happening was safe to drink?
I'm sure.
That's Michael Lowe, director of the Riviera Beach Special Utility District, speaking to my colleague Dave Bowman on the heels of that announcement. He said repairs were made to the well where the bacteria was found, and the treatment plant is designed to get rid of that bacteria before the water goes out to homes and businesses.
Our procedures and our process provided the necessary surety to the public.
After that conversation, we uncovered records from the Florida Department of Health revealing E. coli, or coliform bacteria, was also detected in a well in early June and at a home in August. Lowe wouldn't answer our questions about those tests, but in an email to the health department, he said the June result was a false positive after repeat testing. Lowe later told my colleague Ethan Stein, when approached at a meeting, that the August test was also a false positive, but did not provide any information to support that.
Scientifically speaking, everything they're doing is right.
Dr. Esber Andaroglu is a civil engineering and architecture professor at the University of Miami. He specializes in water infrastructure.
We are at a global scale facing water scarcity and access to fresh, clean waters.
Miami is not in our viewing area, so Andaroglu had not seen our ongoing coverage of Riviera Beach's water. So I asked him to review the inspection report.
Ongoing maintenance and operation seems to be kind of like falling short. And then I noticed a number of opportunities where that fecal matter could have been introduced.
Those opportunities, Andaroglu says, are mainly from the holes and leaks spotted by inspectors.
So if water is leaking out, then the reverse can also happen and contaminants can penetrate in.
Andaroglu said while the inspection report gives us clues about how the bacteria got into the water, there could be other contributing factors like contaminated soil that wouldn't have been identified in an inspection. But Andaroglu also pointed to procedural deficiencies noted in the report that could have helped identify the source of any contamination. Things like an incomplete bacterial sampling plan and a lack of maintenance records.
Those are, in my mind, they're easy to resolve, but, why aren't they happening?
And according to the report, the utility provided evidence that some of those issues were taken care of by October 31st. In its response to the EPA's findings, the utility provided its revised bacteriological sampling plan. The response also included photos of replaced gauges, sealed holes, and other necessary repairs. But the utility also said it was still working to fix other problems. They were still seeking a vendor for some repairs, and while the utility agreed that maintenance records were not well kept, they were, at the time of the October response, still in the middle of implementing a new software program to keep those records. Michael Lowe declined my request for an interview and a first-hand look at the repairs, citing, quote, security implications as the reason. Still, Andaroglu hopes the conversation about Riviera Beach's water can continue.
We got to identify really a heart-to-heart discussion with this agency, that jurisdiction, why these defects happen, why they were not addressed in a timely manner, and why do they continue to persist.
Because he believes a system like theirs, which only serves a small area instead of an entire region,
it is important that we make these type of operations a success.
Will be vital to address water and energy shortages in the future.
But if we are doing a bad job with this one, it kind of puts the brakes on everyone else who may want to do this, because everyone can turn and say, look, that was attempted and it failed.